Hi everyone, in this video we will create countdown timer. We will create a timer, okay, in ReactJS. So I have created my project already, okay. So just I will start my coding here. So the first thing is that to declare a variable, create a state timer set timer, okay, is equal to use state hook. I will use state hook. The by default value would be, it is default value with me. And now let's import the rep. The rep is the reason of rep is that we are dealing with the set timer. So for that we need to use rep hook. That has imported. So the first thing is that to get the deadline time, it means from where we would like to start our time. So I will use effect hook for that to call that function, the get dead time function, array dependency. So let's call get dead time. I will call this function, okay. So now let's create this function get dead time. I will create a variable later deadline is equal to the current date, okay, the date that we have right now, to take that date, for example right now the time and the date through this object, this date. After taking this, so now deadline, now we will set the seconds. Deadline, that's 6 seconds. Inside this we will write deadline dot get seconds. We will get the seconds plus 10. What does this mean? I will explain it for you. This means that set the second with this deadline, okay. The deadline means that the time we would like to start, okay. We took right now the time, for example now 25 in 30 seconds, and we took this time and we set the seconds. Now we are changing the seconds. There was 30 seconds and now we added 10 more seconds. It means 40 seconds, okay, 10 seconds ahead from that, okay. We would like to take our deadline for 10 seconds just so I added 10 seconds more to that. So now we will return this deadline. So when we return this, so we should pass it to another function that mean a clear timer, okay, to clear our time. So let's call that function clear timer, and when it return the deadline, so it will be passed to clear timer function. So let's create the clear timer function. And we will get an object update in time. So now first we will set our time. Our timer would be just for the 10 second, okay. And after that let's use our ref. If the ref was set, ref dot current, if it was set, so then what it should, it will clear the time, clear interval, it will clear the interval, and read that current that we have set. And if it was not the case, then what it should do, we will create just return, for example id is equal to set interval. We will set the interval and we will create a function, and just we will start our time. We will create start timer function, and we will pass our object that we have passed to this function, okay. So now let's write here, for example 4000. So it will we will call this start timer function, and at the last what we will do, ref dot current is equal to with id, okay, with this id. So now let's create start timer. We'll get this object. So here First of all, to start the timer, so we need total hour, minute and seconds. To get that, we will create another function. So first I will distract them hour total, hour, minute, seconds is equal to, I will create another function by the name of getTimeRemaining, and I will pass this object, okay, this date that I have received before, to this function, the getTimeRemaining. getTimeRemaining, I will pass that to that function, and now I will create this function. So here the first thing is the total. To get the total is equal to date dot parse. What the parse function do? It just parse our date that we have passed to integers type, and minus date dot parse new date. It will return new date and it will pass to integer. Then it will just use minus to be, for example, it return 1000 and it will return 990, because that is increased by 10 seconds. Okay, 10 second increase in this one, so it will give us the total. Now we will create the hour. Hours is equal to math. First we'll use math function, then flow, and then we will use the total divided by 1000, and the total is the total integer. Then we will divide that for the second. Okay, it means that 1 second is equal to 1000 millisecond, and then that is equal to with so we should divide it by 60. Sorry, 60 divided by 60 minutes, 60 hour, and the total integer that we have, it will divide it by each other. At the end we will just module that by 24. It means by 24 days, 24 hours, module the 24. Now let's get the seconds. Const seconds is equal to math dot floor, and here we will use the total divided by 1000 to get the seconds, then module the 60. Const minutes is equal to math dot floor. Here we will use the total divided by 1000 and divided by 60, module the 60. So now we will return these. Create an object from this total hour, seconds, minutes, seconds. So when we get this data from this getTimeRemaining, so now we will write this start timer. So first of all we will write an if statement if the total was greater than and are equal to 0. So then what it should do, it will set timer, and let's write it like this, hour. But if hour, that the hour was greater than 0, if the hour was greater than 0, so then what it should do, it will just greater than 9. Sorry, if it was greater than 9, it will just return the hour, otherwise 0 plus hour. plus, then a colon, then plus, then we'll write the minute. If the minute was greater than 9, so then the minute, otherwise 0 plus minute, and plus colon, plus again the second. The seconds was greater than 9, so it will return the seconds, otherwise 0 plus seconds. Okay, so it will set the timer like this. So now let's display our timer. Just come here and just assign flex, item center, justify center, margin type minute. We will display our timer here. That would be timer. So let's run the server. npm run dev. So let's go to this URL. So we get this timer. So let's just make it in H2 and increase the size. Here we got the timer. So just create a button. Here we will create a button, and what that should do, reset. So the functionality of this function would be a button whenever we, for example, first 10 seconds ended, we would like to reset. So we will call a function for that, reset, and I will create this function reset. So here I will call this again. Okay, for the first time when we render, so this will call. Okay, whenever that completed, again when we press the button, again this will perform that functionality, and our task will be completed. Oh, it is date with us. So let's check it. And let's add a class name to this. Oh, undefined. So let's check that the minute. So let's say it is minute. Let's make it minutes. Now let's check it. Oh, here the hour, why that came. So let's remove it. 1000 module. Like this. Let's check it now. See it started from 10 and it will go until 0. So let's refresh it. Again the button didn't work, so let's remove these classes. Yeah, okay, let's see it. And it again, if we press this button, so again it will start. So it was all about countdown timer. So you can increase the time even to days, or hours, minutes. So it was countdown timer in ReactJS. If you have liked this video, please subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.